Okay, we are back now. So here we get this one, the minimum. So we select our pivot point to be 41 over 50. So change this to 1 by multiplying this row by the reciprocal of this and changing these two column and pointers to 0 after row operation. Therefore, here by so doing, as you can see, x1 is entering while S3 is leaving the basic variables. So x1 has become now basic. S3 left the basis. Then performing row operation changes to 1 and converting this other column components above this leading component 1. Therefore, we get this one, this table. Now look at this. Computing zj. Just the dot product of this with this is 3. The dot product of this with this is 5 and so on. So by solving we get this result, which is 0, 0, 0, negative, all of them are negative. So this is the criteria, because the criteria is fulfilled, that is optimality is reached. So this Cj minus J less or equal to, of course, for non-basic variables. Non-basic variables, here we have the non-basic ones are now this because this took the place of the basis variables. Therefore, the optimal solution is reached by putting the non-basic variables 0 and here x2 is this number, x1 is this number, and x3 is here, x2 is 50 over 41, here x3 is 64 over 41, here x1 is this, and this is the objective value. The maximum value of the objective function is this, and it is obtained at this point, 3 points, 3 numbers. x1 is this, which is this number, x2 is this, x3 is this. So this is optimal point and this objective value. Now take this as an exercise for you. You can do it at home. So just find the solution by applying simplex method. Now you can confirm your solution using graphical method for A, and here you can apply simplex method. By the way, here graphical method is better than simplex method because it's simple to compute the corner pointers from this, and then you will choose those pointers, those corner pointers that gives us the maximum of z. But here it's not the case as the two variables case, two dimension case. Here we have 3 variables, we are in 3-dimensional space. Therefore, the simplex method is better than the graphical method here. So you try this both by the method of simplex method to find the solution. Here you can confirm using graphical methods. Here you apply simplex method. Now, two variables with same reduced costs. If there is a tie between two decision variables, then selection can be made arbitrary. Now here in the table value, if we have, let's say in the beginning, identical values 5 5, then just you can select one of the two arbitrarily. So all of them may be the same. two of them may be the same, so these ties can be created, can happen, therefore you are free to choose any of these identical numbers. That's what it says. Therefore, if there is a tie between a decision variable and a slack variable, a slack or surplus variable, again the selection is decided into a basis. In this case, you are selecting the basis one. If there is a tie between slack and surplus variables, again the selection is arbitrary. So here in the decision variables, if they are identical, you are free to choose any one of them. The same is true for slack or surplus variables, but if it is mixed, just take the advantage of taking the basic ones. Now, unbounded solution. In some linear programming models, the values of the variables may be increased indefinitely without violating any of the constraints, and we have an unbounded solution space. Therefore, without limit, sometimes conditions may allow us to increase xj indefinitely up without bound. In the simplex method, this occurrence of unbounded solution is noted if the entire minimum ratio is negative or undefined. That will tell us the occurrence of this situation. If the constraints cannot be satisfied simultaneously, the model is said to have no feasible solution. Now, this situation can never occur if all constraints are of the type this, assuming b greater than or equal to 0, since the slack variables always provide a feasible solution. Now, finding an initial basic feasible solution. Sometimes finding a basic solution may be difficult, may not be as easy as we think. So how do you find a basic feasible solution? In order to start the simplex method, we need to find an initial basic feasible solution. Therefore, if we are dealing with a problem involving constraints of the form this and b greater than 0, we can then introduce non-negative slack variables s and rewrite the constraints in the form this.